Am I certain? I am so certain. I am so arugula to be here. Hi, everybody. Lainey Savante Wilkin. 1/3 of this amazing evening in store for all of you on the Real Time Wisdom Show. Who else is here? Introduce yourselves. Joanna.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joanna. So happy to be here. Cannot wait to hear what my cat is trying to tell me. Hi,
Cheryl
Cheryl.
Friedman's here. Linda, say hello.
Hi, I'm Linda Horn. I guess another third. Here we are, ready to dish it up with our spoons.
Yeah, we are doing a spoonful of wisdom. I just wanted to show you that over the weekend, I just gifted these two other goddesses this crystal spoon that I found. It just felt so appropriate to share in these spoonful of wisdoms. And I just presented them a few minutes ago because they are just so deserving in that and more. But I wanted to say thank you to everyone. If you're tuning in for the first time here, we had an amazing experience at Spirit Fest Orlando. Linda and I were up there sharing the beautiful, and wait till you guys watch your inboxes or your social media tomorrow when we show you this testimonial from this woman. She's a ER and trauma nurse, spiritually enlightened woman from Scotland, and the things that she said, I just think it's going to touch your heart as it is mine. But today we needed a recovery day, so my hair is soaking in CBD infused oil that I put through because my God, we needed a little bit of like recovery, right, Linda? It was like 300 readings or something. It was amazing.
Pampering. I just want to say hi to Denise, Carrie, Tony, Deb. Hi, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday.
Well, I just wanted to welcome everybody to the show. Thank you for being here. We have a lot to share. And I just wanted to go back to a couple things that happened this weekend, because I know we did a show when we first started like a month ago, right? Kickstarter's ending this Saturday. When we first launched that weekend, Tony and I were sharing things that happened at Spirit Fest. Well, now we were at this new Spirit Fest, and it was just miracle after miracle seeing what was happening to people. So I thought, and by the way, Joanna was in Southwest Florida doing her own presentation. I mean, we've been on the campaign trail, but I just wanted to each take one opportunity to share one of the highlighted stories and experiences before we get into our main event tonight. And please stick around to the end of the show because we have a huge announcement of a surprise offer for our Kickstarter backers. In fact, all week, this is like last week, and you just keep your eyes open because each day we may be presenting something wowza for you. So, in fact, not maybe, we will be, right?
We will.
Starting with tonight.
We will
certainly, yes, arugula. So, who wants to start? Anybody feel the calling? Because maybe Joanna, you were holding down the fort. Anything you want to share?
Yeah. So I had a wonderful experience at the Mystical Moon for the presentation for the deck, going solo without my sidekick, without my partner in produce. It was awesome. And so, you never know who's going to come to these events, whether they ever heard of the deck or not heard of the deck. And there was this young man there, and very young, and you think, he probably doesn't know food healing deck. And as soon as I walked in, he started telling me about, I love this deck. I said, our deck? And he goes, oh yeah, I had these horrible GI problems with my digestion. He said, and it wasn't until I started working with the deck that I was able to heal it. And I asked him how he did that. And he just said that he worked with it, asked the deck each day what he needed to put in his body or eliminate from his body. And he said it was healed in no time. This is a 17-year-old. And I'm like thinking to myself, wow, this generation that's coming in. And I thought of Heather, Lainey's daughter. I thought of your daughter, Heather, because she's she's so into it. Like she's so deeply curious about all things. And I think that it happens generationally, I think. And this young man did a deep dive into our deck, and it just made the whole rest of the day flow because, just hearing that, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. Well, I'll share a story, sort of the other end of the spectrum. One of the experiences was that, and of course, these are all anonymous. We had a beautiful soul come by, and if you know our deck, all the deck, it's pretty extremely positive, and we have a few words that are in there that make you question. We have confusion, we have patience, we have shadow. And we have envy, right? Zucchini envy. So she pulls the envy card and reads it, and she's kind of nodding her head. And not once in the entire weekend did we have someone say, no, that makes no sense to me. Each one was like, right, Linda, their eyes were bigger than like, wow, that just hit spot on. But she was nodding. She's like, yeah, I could see that. But it wasn't like, wow, I could see it. It was just like, wow, I could really see that. Thank you. Well, sure enough, the next day, it was a 2-day show. She came back and she says, oh my God, it hit me. And anyways, to make a long story short, it was a huge heart opening because her husband had passed. And she had shared that, when she sees other couples and stuff, it's hard. She's grieving. Joanna, we've been there. And I just put my arms around her and hugged her. I'm like, oh, girl, I am right there. I get you. And I had shared that these cards are so profoundly, even though they're food, but they are so profoundly thought-provoking. And if you're getting a card, and we tell you all the time, do not put them back going, that makes no sense to me. We say all the time, don't reshuffle. The cards are always bringing some infinite wisdom, whether it's something you want to look at or you don't, or whether you're in resistance and you don't even know it and it's a subconscious something. They are definitely, and we just saw that. I mean, there were so many stories. We'd have to just do hours of a show. I mean, crazy. I'll tell one more later that has a little bit more levity. But Linda, how about you? Because I know you saw a million things too.
I did. There were so many stories. But the one that stands out is a young girl who came by our booth multiple times and really wouldn't say anything until finally, like her fourth trip around, and I asked her if she wanted to pull a card, and she did. And and the card she pulled, I handed her the book because I wanted her to read the message in the book, and her response was, it's like the thoughts in my head are coming through the messages in the book. And it was so profound. And the conversation went on. And of course, it had to be me who pulled the card, because I was like, do you have a brown dog? And she was like, yes. And I said, your dog's name is Lynn. Lynn, what's up? And it was Lindo. And the dog was coming through the cards as well. Wow. And, and then of course the conversation goes into, being connected to Mother Earth and how she is so connected. But as the 2 days went on, she must have brought over 10 different people because she was so impressed with the cards, the messages that were coming through. And we started calling her our little spokesperson. Because she did. Every time we turned around, she had someone else there. And all the messages that came through for those were just beautiful.
Yeah. Well, what was also amazing, Joanna, and to everybody, and hi, Jenny. I see Jenny's here and Trisha's here. Out of the entire humongous event, the official animal communicator was directly next to us. So animals were coming by all day, dogs, Great Pyrenees,
Wow.
greyhounds. Even a guy had a snake wrapped around his head. I
Oh
mean,
my
it was
goodness.
Animal Central. I'm like, Linda, and then our wonderful animal communicator next to us, Barb. It was just this animal energy, and we're like, how appropriate that our show the next day was featuring Linda and animals. So we've been in kind of like animal mode for the whole weekend. I mean, it was just amazing. And the stories and animal spirits, like this lady next to me, I went to show her that, oh, by the way, this is one of my spirit animals. I got a phoenix on my back. I got a roadrunner on my leg. Well, I go to show her my roadrunner and she's like, oh my God. She starts kind of like Mary Poppins, like in the big bag and looking for the perfect thing to throw out. She finally gets to it. Like, how big is the bag? And then pulls out these earrings that were the exact design of the Roadrunner tattoo I have, which is very specific, that she got from Inuit Native Americans in Alaska. And that morning she felt, I think I should put these in my bag. It's supposed to go to someone. She's like, and it was you. I mean, it was like mystical, right?
Wow.
It was
mystical. What was, I mean, we have so many stories, but let's get to.
And that's why they call it Spirit Fest, right?
That's why they call it Spirit Fest. I mean, I don't know. I want to tell the vitality story if I can, but I know we got to move on. Should I tell it, Linda, or should we move
tell
on?
it real quick, because that was powerful.
That was powerful. Okay, last story, and then we'll move on. I know you guys are going to be blown away by this one. Oh my gosh. Oh, cool. So Justine's here. Okay. We have all the decks out, right? So one side, Linda's working the first deck and she has all them and she's doing readings. And I'm showing this one woman all these cards, the first deck. And then on my side, I was showing and pulling cards with the second deck. So, we have 124 foods and I could have just pulled any out of my head. Well, in this case, I said, I'm explaining how it works. I'm like, for instance, if it was celery, and she dropped her jaw. I'm like, she goes, celery? And I said, yeah, like for instance, celery. And I'm telling about the health benefits. She goes, I just bought a blender last night because the medical medium says I need to drink celery juice. And that's specifically what I just did last night. And I'm like, no surprise. And then I said, well, let me go find the card. It's somewhere. And I grabbed the deck over from Linda and I go to show her the card. And it was like she saw ghosts. So if you have your celery card, celery is, or you guys do, it's vitality. She looks over me. She goes, that's my password on every single thing that I do. I mean, it was like bone chilling chills, like in the words of
bone chilling, bones,
chills got chills. What?
I said bone chilling, bones, celery. Like
bone celery, right? And I gave the whole presentation of how celery looks like bones.
That's right.
I mean, it was like that. She just couldn't believe that the word associated was vitality, and that's the one food I threw out at her. So the mystical magicalness is there, and that's leading right into this evening's event. So let me just say this. We have 6 spots. We have 5 spoken for. If you want to be the 6th spot in these readings tonight, you have to be the first one on there and just do your donation of $10. And there's a little link, but whoever puts that on there. But right now it's we have 5 confirmed readings. And I'm going to let Linda explain the rules of engagement in this woof, 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 furry sort of evening.
Or meow.
This right, and this is the first time really we've kind of publicly. I know a lot of people have written to us over the years saying they've worked with their pets in the deck, and I know I have, but now we have an official animal communicator in our cherries. So, side note, I was holding arugula when you mentioned it.
That's awesome.
How cool is that? Justine. Oh my God. So, all right. So decide later or whoever wants the 6th reading, but we're good for the 5. And Linda, I'm going to let you tell them a little bit about yourself in this capacity, since you wear many alchemical hats in our world. And then also just how to proceed. And Joanna and I are going to support you any way you want. And then, by the way, at the end, we have a special offer for everyone.
All right. So, all right. So here I go. So we're talking about animals. Just real quick about me. I've been communicating with animals since I was a small child. Went through a period of time where people told me I was crazy and, you can't talk to animals, but you can. And it took me a while, but I stepped back into it about 15 years ago. And all animals talk to me, from the smallest spider to the largest elephant. That they all do. Animals are here on the planet. They have a sole purpose and a service mission. And all animals have a soul, is my belief. And they most definitely, they all have specific purposes for being here on Earth. But as a whole, animals are here to help humanity and to help raise our consciousness and to help teach us. And they all do it in their own specific way. From wild animals to, even, like I said, down to the fireflies and everything else. They all have a purpose. When it comes to our companion animals, they have told me that when they incarnate and they choose to come into the creature body that they're in, that as a companion animal, they have chosen to help humanity, one person or one family at a time, so more condensed than, say, our wild animals are doing it at a larger global effort. So that's the quick and dirty of what they have shared with me. And so for today, I know that we have quite a few of you that have jumped in there, and thank you for sending your pictures over. For me, that helps me. I can connect, especially looking into their eyes, and the energy. So it's the energy that helps bring it through. Animals are telepathic. So for me, I see, I hear, and I feel. So if I start showing any emotion, that is usually the emotion that's either coming through from the pet, or emotion that they're feeling for their guardian. So that's kind of how it channels. And so, all right.
Can I just throw in a little bit? You just said one of the most important pieces at the end, and I just wanted to reemphasize that for people to really take that in, is that they may be representing the message of the guardian.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I will add on to that. There's a lot of very, very gifted communicators out there, and everyone can communicate. For me, the animals specifically, they want to make that soul connection. And so when they talk to me, a lot of times they were coming through and wanting to talk about their soul connection with their guardian. And so that is my gift. That's what they, when I start asking them things like, what type of food do they want to eat, their response to me sometimes is, can we not talk about that? That's not important. What's important are these other life-changing things. And just so you know, that's a lot of what comes through, is a lot of times the messages that your companion pets have are for you, and not always necessarily about them.
Can I ask a question that might come up? I wanted to know, actually, it was Cheryl wanted to know, do you tap into, obviously it's sounding like more pets, you communicate with ones that are alive, or do you connect with ones that have passed?
I do both. I connect with here on the earth or on the other side. As long as if they've reincarnated, sometimes they don't want to come through as their prior life. Sometimes they will. Briefly, I've had that happen. Actually, I had that happen with my own cat. That had reincarnated and eventually showed himself to me.
Look who's here.
In his new life. Oh, now I'm up for it.
Oh, man. Are you ready?
But real quick, as we get going, if I can, Lainey, can I talk about Cookie?
You can.
So I can't remember if it was last week, but recently, so we did a quick session with Lainey's dog, Cookie. And just as an example, and so I've talked with Cookie before, but that particular day I asked her, my question was, what did Lainey need to know? And in doing that, and look what just happened. Cookie had me I drew a card for her, and Cookie had me pull up broccoli. Right? Wasn't that the card?
Yes.
Which is,
and you have to keep talking, but it says my battery is going to end my thing. So I don't know if this outlet's not working. I'm so sorry. You have to keep going.
Okay. I'm going to keep going. Go plug in. But anyway, the whole broccoli and the message, and it was, I had to explain to Lainey, this is, Cookie did not want to talk about herself. That card was for Lainey, and there was a lot of growth coming, and that we were going to basically go into, I lost the card now, go into that jolly green giant is what I like to call it. And it just so happened that after that, a lot of things, started happening. But that was, Lainey even kept asking me, questions about Cookie. I'm like, Cookie doesn't want to talk about herself. She wanted to talk about Lainey. So
Cookie's very Cookie's nearing her earthly time here, so I'm just sending whoever wants to send a little love to Cookie. But there's, we're all kind of on this, knowingness. So I'm just always like, whenever I can get a little moment in with Linda, so how's Cookie doing? Not that I don't know. I mean, I do know, but yeah, she's just such a guardian for me.
Yeah, she's a beautiful soul. Beautiful soul. So let's go ahead and get I'm sorry, Joanne.
I just said, glad you're back. Carrie said that she lost connection.
Yeah. So there must be a lot of energy. My computer was about to go. And by the way, did anyone notice this geode in this? Like,
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So Linda, I gathered the pictures for the people who want to start, and you just tell me who you want to call up, and I'll put and I didn't get everyone's pet's name. So if I didn't, it's just because I didn't have time to email you back and go back and forth on names. So if somebody gave me their name, then I put it in, but that you'll just be able to type in your name for Linda.
All right. I would like to start with Princess.
Okay.
So I believe Justine.
Okay. Yep. Hold on. And actually, it's Princess Eloise.
Princess Eloise.
Oh, she's beautiful.
She is. Could everybody see her okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I did go through and look at the pictures a little while ago, connected with their energy so I could pull them in. So just so you know, all your pets are here. And okay, so Justine, I'm looking at my notes, sorry, a little bit of what is coming through. So Justine, this is for you. This is from Princess. She wants to say, Mom's very, very busy, and a little pumpkin seeds, a little slow, whatever you're doing, some moderation, slow down a little bit. And I don't know, she's telling me she's trying to help you to kind of relax a little bit. Maybe sitting on you a lot, just trying to get you to sit and relax a little bit. And I'm going to chuckle here because I did pull a card earlier and I was just sitting here shuffling. I don't know if you could see me do that, and a card fell out. And believe it or not, it's the exact same card. And so here's what Princess is wanting you to
balance.
Bring in is some balance, which goes right along with what she's showing me is and when I say busy, it's two things. It's physical busy, but there's a lot, it's more here. There's a lot of busyness going on up in the brain, a lot of thinking, a lot of analyzing, a lot of up in here. And so the balance card to me is coming through. It's get some quiet time is what she's talking about. To bring that balance back in for you.
I love that.
I love that too. I think that's what they do is when they sit on them, right? That just like get your attention to kind of shift the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're, it's kind of, I have the joke. It's like, when the cat's sitting on you or the dog's sitting on you, it's like, oh, I can't get up, I can't disturb them, right? And that is a little of what they're doing, because of course they will use the creature body that they're in and the things that they're able to do in that body to get you to do things. And in this case, it is to sit and be quiet and go within and quiet that mind. And that's where you're going to get the clarity. She's batting things. She's batting things like this with her paw, whether I'm getting some, like she's batting at your hair. But also, and I would say, watch out for those things that she's kind of playing with, or maybe knocking off of the shelves or moving around. I think there's an item that she does this a lot with, or a similar type of item throughout. And I think that has significance for you.
She walked in and meowed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's very, she's present. Yeah, Justine, we could talk a lot longer about some things that may be going on. I am going to respect some privacy here. So if you wanted to connect, we could do that. Is there anything you're getting, Lainey? I feel like you are.
Can Justine ask you any questions before you move on?
Yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, so if there's something specific you want me to ask them, yeah, put it in the chat. And
for each person. Okay. Here, let me give you this. Love this. It totally resonates. She smacks my legs and she lays on my chest so I can't move.
Yes.
Ooh, talk about heart chakra. Like, like staying right there. I always say take notice of where the cats lay, whether it's in their legs, like some, down in between your legs, like, in that womb area, that's really root chakra. I always think they attach they remind you of which chakra, don't you guys think?
Absolutely.
They do. Yeah, they most definitely do. So I just saw your note. So she's a little anxious right now. Anything you can do to help her? So one thing that our companion pets do for us is they will carry energy and emotions. So if you're going through something and they feel that you need a little assistance, they will take some of that emotion and carry it for you while you're processing. And they will, most pets, they will then slowly start giving this back to you as you're healing and you're processing. They will, feed it back to you so that you can process it. Sometimes they have a hard time letting go of that energy that they're carrying for their guardian. So if she's a little anxious, again, it's back to, especially when she's laying on your chest, try to do that meditation and calm yourself, because you're clearing that out. If you're clearing out your stress and your anxiety and you're getting quiet, it's going to help her to clear it as well. If it doesn't, you can contact me and I can talk to you about how we can clear it out for her. Or if you're doing any type of energy work, if you know Reiki or any other type of energy work, you can do that with your pets as well. That will help them clear that out.
Linda, I'm going to just, we should probably move on to the next to get everybody in. I know you can keep, I'm going to keep you on schedule, girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Blessings, Justine. We love you.
I'm going to move on to Carrie. I didn't get the pet's name. The Schnauzer, right? Or the...
Is this Carrie's baby?
That's Carrie's baby. I would like to know the name, not that I have to, but I am going to tell you, Carrie came through so loud and clear. It was like, me. I want to talk now. I want to talk now. I want to talk now. Very exuberant. Just loves life.
Sammy is her name.
Sammy.
His name.
I was getting a little bit of energy.
Male or female?
A little bit of energy that was a little bit just so excited, a little bit all over the place. So I pulled, I won't say her, but I feel that there's a mix of energy there. Okay. So yeah, sweet energy that I'm getting. And like I said, I pulled some cards and just like with Justine, I want to see if the same cards come out. Okay.
Hold up the cards if you do want to share.
Yeah,
so we know what foods.
I'm going to hold up the cards. So the message that she has for you, Carrie, is she knows that you've been doing a lot of work on forgiveness, on artichokes. And she wants to say, great job. She recognizes the work that you're doing, which leads into the cards that I just pulled. Because, can you see them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kiwi for freedom and avocado for healing.
Yeah. So you've been doing a whole lot of work that's taken you down this path and that you're healing. And she's extremely proud of you for this. Okay. Gosh, you can't make this up. And she is so extremely proud. And she was talking to me. She kept taking me to here, to your crown, because your crown is opening up and blossoming. And because that's leading to your kiwi, into your freedom that what she knows that you've been searching for. She makes you do things, or encourages, that's the word I'm looking for, to be a little brave. She says she's brave to show you how you can be brave. Does she know tricks? I'm getting that she's constantly like holding her paws up, or doing tricks, or doing a high five, spinning, entertaining you, but also kind of like leading you outside, which is, yeah, she is the wild child. It's like she's constantly wanting you to go, whether it's, saying, hey, take me outside, but she wants you to be in nature. She wants you to be out there, and a free spirit. That's where I'm going, is she's a wild child. She's a free spirit, right? If you think of it, that type of energy, and you too can do that, is what she's trying to get across. And it's funny because she just said she wants to talk about whatever food you're feeding her, which is funny because that never comes in for me. So that's going to be like, what do you want to know about the food that maybe it's okay? All right. Oh, because there's magic in the food. It's not food for her. It's food for you. What are we dealing with right here? There's magic in what you are working on. Is there any specific questions you had for her?
She says we just started giving her special food for her belly.
For her belly. Yeah, that's what I was getting. Was there's something going on? Yeah, but are you giving her mushrooms? Okay, this is you, lady. You have me.
And what am I wearing that I was just gifted this weekend? Hello. We're both got mushroom necklaces.
Cool.
Because you actually recommended my dog go on some mushrooms. And
yeah, lion's mane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's funny, mushrooms came up a lot this weekend for health and healing and for humans, for pets. So I would be looking into that, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And then I think there's some, yeah, but I'd like to know if there's mushrooms in her special food, if that's what you're seeing and that is magical for her right now. She says, can you read that?
Yeah, Carrie, some of this comes back to what I was saying earlier is that anxiety. I mean, with there's medical things and stuff and behavioral things that we won't go into. We need a lot more time for that. I think some of her anxiety is coming from your own anxiety, and I don't want to say anxiety. Sometimes it's excitement, right? And it's not necessarily a negative thing, even though it comes across that way, is working with her to get that energy out. If you're not working with her and training her, or have a fun activity like agility or something like that, or even like nose games to keep the mind engaged and working, those are things that sometimes helps that energy release.
Sammy's grandmom's here. Hi, Celeste. I haven't seen Celeste in so long.
So Celeste had a question. If you can answer her question, and then we were going to move on to your next reading, just to keep it going. But Celeste, what's the question? Let's see. Yes, excitement sounds more like it. If Celeste can ask the question, then we can do that, and then we will bring in your next client. Come on, Celeste. What's the question?
Hi. No, she's not high. No.
Oh, gosh.
Celeste, did you have a question you wanted to ask Linda about Sammy?
I think she's typing. Yeah, here she is.
There we go.
Wanted to know why the dog licks her all the time.
Oh,
I know. You go, Linda.
Oh, huh.
Do you know the answer, Joanna?
No, I'm going to give Linda the opportunity.
No, I know. I wasn't saying to answer it.
Okay. I'm feeling like it's she's giving you comfort. Okay. So basically it is, she's showing that, I mean, that's a behavioral thing as well, to say, one, it's showing affection, it's showing love, and it's specifically on a site where you had some type of trauma to the physical body. And she feels like you need it. There's still some healing to be, emotional healing around whatever caused the scar. Yeah. And she's trying to help you release that.
Yeah. It's definitely her way of healing. It's all she's showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how she's showing it.
It's tongue Reiki.
Well, there is something to be said. They've said it a lot of times that there's enzymes in the healing powers of dogs' tongues. That's why, I mean, they're very healthy, incredibly, God dog beings. And so they have amazing abilities to heal. And I always believe that's God's kisses when they're licking in specific spots.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So kisses for you, Carrie, and Grandma Celeste.
All right. So
all right,
Deb's
who's next?
Deb is up with your dog. And I'm sorry, Deb, I cannot remember your dog and your cat's name.
Actually, it was a dog and a cat, I thought, if I have that right.
Yeah, that's what I just don't remember. I know
she's. Oh, look. Oh,
I'm a torty lover myself.
Artemis and Jake. Okay.
Artemis and Jake. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So, just so you know, Deb, when I got the pictures earlier, Jake came through so extremely loud and clear, and I pulled the card. I did put it back in the deck, but the card that came out that it just fit perfectly. It was Black Sesame Seed, your mindfulness, and what he wanted you to know, and then we're going to get into Artemis, is be mindful, and specifically mindful about business activities.
I don't know if you can see that.
Thank you. And I'm going to leave it at that just because Deb and I have talked. I know that that has meaning to her. But Artemis.
Was mindfulness for the dog?
From the dog for Deb.
Artemis looked like the card.
No. That was from Jake, the dog.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, but you said you pulled mindfulness, right?
I did.
Can you put the card back up? Or if you have it, Joanna?
What's that? The mindfulness card?
Yeah, the Black Sesame?
Yeah, I just had it. Where did I do with it? I think I put it back in the deck.
Look at us. We're being trying to be, I'm like.
Okay, well, never mind. But I saw a direct correlation. Hello.
There
look
it
at
is.
The card. Excuse me. And look at the.
Bring up Artemis. Yes. Look at that.
Is it just me?
No.
Holy cow. Okay. Holy Artemis. Okay. Move on. Beautiful pets.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, cats are so independent, but okay, this helps because I'll tell you, I was having a hard time. Artemis is this is what Artemis is doing to me. Okay. And it actually is making sense to me now is, she is even, I think Artemis has been around. She's been helping you through a lot of things throughout life, right? And she has been your guiding light, in helping to guide you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And that's so, but just so you know, the soul. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Deb. That's helping me understand. But this soul has been with you before. Okay. Because when she was like, because I was starting to say that she's been guiding you, this soul has been guiding you for a long time. And it's now coming through into a new body. So there's a couple of things going on. Is one, she's so young, right? She's still trying to figure out some things from a, I'm asking. So the answer I'm getting is it is kind of it's could be not ready to reveal that answer yet, and a lot of times that comes through when souls merge. So it could be an essence of a prior soul, but coming with a new soul as well. Does that make sense? So if I'm saying that clear enough for you. So she comes in with some of the essence of that prior soul. And of course, her confusion is she's still young and she's still trying to figure this out, but she's very clear on she knows what her purpose is. She knows what her soul purpose is. And I'm asking if I'm allowed to tell what that purpose is, because I do respect what they want to share. So Deb, she's going to be working through you for your husband. Okay. So it's kind of it's a joint thing. So it's basically she's going to be working through Deb to help the male figure in the house. So I'm sorry, I was making an assumption it was the husband, but I'm pretty sure that that's who it is, from what she's showing me in her head, and I've met him once. So because there's more, but they're saying not to share yet. Just so you know, I did try to honor that. But I'm sorry, Jake's coming back through, and Jake is just doing his whole bouncy, I'm here, Mom. And there's also a big black dog coming through, just so you know, because, and this is what the big black dog wants you to know. You're just full of the magic. Sorry, I'm having a moment here of my own. So the emotion that is coming through from the other spirit is just so loving, and wants you to know that he's always around, and he's going to help guide you through a lot of this. And
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to know, Deb? Yeah, that kitten is there. It's there for him to do this. It's going to help empower him through his. And you can reach out offline, you guys, if this is touching points that we can go into deeper, and a private session. So
beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Linda. I have an 18-year-old. I think Miss T is now a 19-year-old tortie. Just love torties. Okay, Linda. I think we have 2 more.
Meadow Muffin.
Oh, Cheryl and Eric. Okay, hold on. Let me get that beauty here.
Meadow Muffin. I'm down here looking at my cards in case you guys were wondering what I'm looking at.
Meadow. I love
Look
that.
At that pose.
I'm telling you what.
That is one beautiful kitty. And
Cheryl, hold on.
I'm going to say, Cheryl, Meadow looks like my kitty that passed over. And so when I first saw the picture, I had to do a double take, because he used to sit like that a lot. Anyway, beautiful, very soft energy that I get. I get very much that, I'm going to say she, very much as a couch potato, a little lazy, most of the time, except for when, she has a message to get across. So it's almost, it's one of those energies that, hey, I'm going to lay around and do nothing until I have something very important to do. When I have something very important or a message to get across, it's going to be loud and clear and to the point, and then I'm going to go back to being lazy again. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting. So with the card that when I was talking with her a little while ago, that I got was the immunity card. And this was one of the ones that I actually, I feel like this is actually for Meadow, and not so much for Cheryl. And that there is something physically that I would say, if you're not aware, that maybe you do want to have checked out. I don't think it's anything serious. I think it's like vitamins, or it's hard to say with animals, but or maybe a hairball. It's not a serious thing, but that's what I was getting.
Look at this.
Okay, look at that. So, and that's what, like I said, it was, when I tuned in, this was not for the Guardian. It was for Meadow. But she feels like it, as I was saying, it's not serious. It's under management. It's under control, from her perspective. But she also is a batting at things with a purpose. So I feel like sometimes it's her food dish. Sometimes it's other items that she is, like on an end table close to a sofa that she's knocking off, but she's doing that to get your attention. Let me see if I can get her to tell me. Or actually, if there's a male energy in the house, it's almost like wake up and smell the roses. Would you pay attention to what's going on around you type of energy that she's trying to get them to pay attention to? Because sometimes when animals are doing that, it's not about that object. It's about maybe what is immediately going on in that situation, to bring, it's just like, clapping your hands to get someone's attention, right? To say, would you pay attention to what's going on? Yeah.
Clarity. That makes sense. Yes. Okay. So again, and with the cards, help him, pull some of these cards, do that baked or steamed, but that's, he needs to become clear on the situation. As soon as he does, then that decision is going to be very easy for him to make. And Meadow is trying to make that clear for him.
Wow.
That's exactly what I'm getting is, so when you see Meadow doing something that may seem strange for her behavior, it's for him to, or you, even if whoever is around, to say, I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right.
Any questions, Cheryl? She's full
I'm telling you guys, you've seen Heather Danielle do this when she brings people through. I'm like, you can't make this stuff up.
You can't. Those cards. I mean, such great guys. Seeing blueberries and elderberries, and they're so similar looking, just a different shade of darkness or blue. And those are all very in the head elements. Something also to consider, the air elements. Cheryl says, no, that was perfect.
Yeah, right to the throat chakra too. Speak up.
There you go. There you go. Oh, Cheryl, Eric,
Did you guys,
good job, Linda.
I need to interrupt because Tony sent in some money, but she doesn't know if you got the message for her animals.
Well, not to worry. We're gonna go a little over today. We'll do Joanna, and then while you're working with Joanna,
Yeah, get Tony's.
Tony, send me a picture of your baby.
I just sent you the picture of her baby. She just needs their names.
What's that?
Tony, telling Tony to send their names. I just sent you pictures on Messenger, of Tony's animals.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll work on that.
Okay.
Behind the scenes, I'll be back, and then let me pull up.
Joanna.
All right, Joanna.
Oh boy, here it is.
Here it goes. Are you ready, Joanna?
No.
All right.
I got to hear this, but yes, let's do this.
So,
all right, Linda, are you sure you're ready?
As long as everyone's okay with going over a little bit, this is so fun, and they all want to be heard. Yeah. And the one thing that I'm looking for your cards that I pulled so I can show them to you. The one thing that animals want more than anything is to be heard, right? And so take the time to, if everyone can listen, just go quiet. And just because you don't know where that thought came from, 9 out of 10 times it's coming from them. They're sending you that thought, or they're sending a picture in your head. Just get quiet and give them that moment, or those, to actually hear them, and respond to them. Because I got to tell you, the very first time that helped me stepped into this, my dog told me something, and I said out loud, I answered his question, and he literally stopped in his tracks. He was walking away from me. He turned around, looked at me, and said, "You heard me?" And I said, "Yeah." And it's just, yes. So do that. They want to be heard.
So this is Bailey Grace.
Bailey Grace. Miss Bailey. Here's a little stinker. She's full of attitude. Yes. She's very independent.
Oh, like her mama.
But she loves her mama like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, she just does. But she's also very independent, trying to show mom she too is very independent. Right? And
she's a chip off the old block, I think.
Yeah. And stepping into your own power, all that type. So when I tapped into her just a little while ago, Joanna, the very first thing I started to ask her, and this is what she told me to tell you. You already know, stop asking.
Ah, okay.
All right. Does that help you?
Yeah.
All right. And then and so I went on and asked her, could she be a little bit clearer about what that actually means? And so, okay. When I tapped into this and I was talking to her, there's a little bit of this for you, emotional, but there's some in there for her as well. Okay. I feel like she had some interaction outside of the house that I think you're unaware of. That was a little emotionally traumatic for her, and she hasn't released that yet.
Oh.
Okay. So maybe, some Reiki, some energy healing with her, some crystals on the floor, type of thing and talk with her to help her release whatever that was.
I've tried to do that a couple weeks ago, and she ended up biting me and trying to attack me. And I'm like, is it too much energy for you, Bailey? So,
well, yeah. And Yeah, do it in such a way that she can come and go out of the energy, right?
Mhm.
So that she doesn't feel confined, type of thing. But yeah, because this is the other thing that came up.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that I was really getting was for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the one thing that she was also sharing with me, so there's two things going on. We have the piece with her, but she's also carrying some energy for you. Okay. Which she has done throughout her life with you, and we talked about that a little while ago, about how they can carry emotions or situations for us while we're processing through that. And so that's happening right now, that she's carrying some stuff for you to help you. All right. So maybe the two of you together can, sit down and do some of this clearing and kind of releasing. And if I pull watermelons, no, but I did get ginger right now. So there's a lot of feelings that are going along with this, right?
Yeah.
So it may not be an easy thing to do, but it's going to help bring forth. I'm literally, and of course, all of this takes a little.
Yeah, it might be a lot of those.
That's right. Why there's a whole basket of them, girl.
Oh man.
But she's one of the other things I did get. I mean, she definitely is. Her energy and the way that she does things, both physically and energetically, is all there to help you with your expansion. Because pineapples was the other card that I got, along with carrots.
Yeah.
Remember the spoon.
Remember the spoon. Remember the spoon. But yeah, again, we can talk more offline about. Because I think there's a physical thing we need to talk about with her.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it.
Miss Tony.
All right. Good job. Tony. Beautiful. I did it. I got the graphic up. I got Tony all set up here. So are you ready, Miss Linda, for Tony's babies?
Sure.
This will be the last one. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. We're almost there. And thanks for holding the energy for each person and their beloved babies, and all of us doing this together to hold space for Linda.
One message, a message for one is also meant for everyone that is hearing it. So,
oh, look at that.
Daisy and Walter.
You put on my spectacles. Daisy and
Walter. Daisy in the upper left, Walter down below.
Walter. Walter. He's, oh my gosh, he's so cute. Yep, that's me. That's me. Oh my gosh, he is so wise. He is so wise. I just get this Southern type of, anyway, very wise, Walter. What do you want? Yes, I know, Daisy. So are you. Yes, you are. Let me talk to Walter. Oh, no, see, this is funny. Usually when the two of them come in, sometimes they will choose who's going to be the spokesperson. And it's funny how they both want to be, but okay. Daisy really wants Tony to know that I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you more than anything in the world. Okay, are you done? Walter is he wants to talk about feet. Okay. Feet, because there's a whole lot of movement going to be going on. Feet. So like moving, like he's talking about adventures and I'm pulling the spirit card. Okay, so there's a whole lot of movement going on, that a whole lot of opening up, and that adventure. He wants you to choose that adventure and go with spirit. I mean, that is really what I'm getting. I don't and if he's older, he may be going on an adventure. But I'm really feeling that this is for you, Tony. That he wants to work with you on leveling up. And I know he realizes there's some work that needs to come through. But with this card, I'm always drawn to the little green dinosaurs, or
Pterodactyls.
Yeah, because they have wings and they help you fly and grow. And yeah, I look at this. I'm trying to find my camera.
There you
Look
go.
at that. Look at that. It's, and I've been there, as doing the work is getting you here. And that is the adventure, is doing the work, because the payoff is going to be so great. And he is there to hold your hand through the entire thing. This is what he wants to talk about. This is what he wants to talk about. And Daisy's coming through where, like I said before, she's, I love you, I love you, love you, because she is there to bring in that comfort. Yeah, he is. That's exactly where he is. He's by your side constantly, because he's energetically nudging you down this adventure. And Daisy's bringing this through too, is okay. But I know what the word says, but really what I'm getting out of this is this huge, the to me, that's the lotus. That's your crown. And your crown is blossoming and opening. And the more work that you do on this, and basically just, this is what Daisy is saying, is the heart helps the crown to open. And that's what her job is there for you. Along with, there's other people in the house. She's working with other people in the house as well. But specifically for you, she just keeps loving on you and giving you the big eyes, to remind you that you're constantly loved. That's her job. Okay. Walter's got the more serious job. She's got the fun job to keep the energy light, right? And to remember that the journey and the adventure may seem scary, but it doesn't have to be. It can be light and joyful.
Isn't that a universal message? Amazing quote.
So, is there anything else you wanted to know, Tony? I do think there's a little bit more that we could talk about with Walter, if you want to do that offline. But that was a taste.
Linda, thank you so much.
I hope everyone got their questions answered, but of course, I think most of you know how to find me. Goofballs, yep. Was either of them with you before? The one who's jumping up and down is Daisy. That's I'm getting yeah, there's a guess in there. I'd have to dig in a little and spend a little bit more time. But yeah, I think there is a guess in there.
Well, I'm gonna
awesome.
Round of applause for Linda. This is, I know this was a little different than how you normally communicate, because I know you're probably on Zoom and you're chit-chatting and having conversations and sessions with the owners or the family members of the guardians. But what a brilliant, amazing job you did here to bring forward wisdom for everybody. I mean, all of us received from that. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
it's a very different, people think, oh, we just come on and, but it's, in the moment, live readings, we're not relying on anything but just that energetic flow. And beautiful, Linda. And thank you for just honoring the Food Healing Oracle deck and using that as your base. So we're just grateful for everything you do. And thank you. Great awesomeness. Joanna, anything you wanted to add?
I just think that this is terrific. I'm thinking this needs to be a whole class. I mean, this needs to be a whole event, with a little bit more.
Well, wait a second. Guess what? Yeah. So next, Linda and I are developing a spirit animal totem Food Healing Oracle deck class for next year. And there's a lot that is being put into that class. A lot of different mushrooms, a lot of magic, but you have to see what Linda does and what we're all going to do. But there's a beautiful class and probably other things that will be unfolding for 2023. And I just wanted to point out that Linda donated her time tonight to do this for our Kickstarter, to allow these stretch goals to happen so we can create more free gifts for you. So it's just an amazing way that what is happening and why it's happening and where the money's going, so we can then create things to send it back for your healing. And that to me just is so incredible and gracious and kind there. And every single person here who's made that happen to where we can do this, that we're all doing this together. Like, this is such a cohesive community that every single person matters. And so everyone's lending their gifts, however they come through God, through spirit, through creator, and that we are able to lend one another when we need what we can offer. And words can't express how the three of us have been working so hard in watching in this campaign who and what and has transpired. And we're beyond grateful and thankful. And as a result, I want you to just keep an eye on the Facebook pages all week, your Kickstarter updates. I'm not going to leave you in suspense, but we have a great offer, but I don't want to give it any injustice because it's such a great offer. And I want to let you go tonight, but please just check your emails or your Facebook page or your Kickstarter update tomorrow for what it is, because it was a beautiful offer from our friends at Indigo's Oracle, where our app is, and I don't want to rush through it. And I just want us to everybody leave in this wonderful energy that Linda presented here tonight. So I will present the offer in the morning. When you guys wake up, you'll have something great. And every day this week is going to be something great as we complete on Saturday. Blessings to all of you. Just amazing. Thank you, Joanna, Linda, to infinity and beyond. Thank you all. Have a blessed night and kiss your fur babies.
That's right.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Lainey.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Love you.